What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the most inconsistent show on the internet. We are here with episode 31 of Nighttime Nostalgia, and today I have a special guest, the newest member of STC, but he's definitely not new to the channel. He's one of the OGs. I'm here with Josh.
What up, everybody?
Those of you who are true fans of the channel probably remember this dude from way back in the day. Some of you may even remember him from this series before he was even in STC. He was in episode 4 of Nighttime Nostalgia as a special guest. Great episode, go and watch it. All the way back from June of 2017. We're here over 3 years later, and I'm just doing the Josh's introductory interview, even though this isn't really his first time on the show, but it is his first time on the show as an STC member, and for those of you who don't know, I like to do just an interview with every STC member. I haven't really gotten around to some of them. To this day, I have not interviewed Rexro, even though I've been saying I'm gonna for a long time. But hey, we're here with Josh tonight. So Josh, how are you doing aside from the obvious medical issues?
I am doing pretty well, actually. I'm off work until the end of the week, so I've just been kicking, gaming, and then, crunching on my fucking final projects.
Good shit, good shit. So, since this is Nighttime Nostalgia, what we do here is go back, and you go back. You definitely go back. I want to go back even before I met you because
Okay.
I want to stress like how fucking old and boomer you are.
I'm not even that old, but yeah.
Your YouTube channel QQW53 was made in 2006.
Yep.
That is insane. I don't know anybody with a channel that old. So basically, how I want to ask, how did you end up on YouTube that early?
Um, I had a friend, um, when I moved out of state from San Antonio. I had a friend who lived in San Antonio. We would talk like every night over the phone. Fuck. I don't remember why I made the account. I don't. But I made it. Him and I both made accounts. Um, Fuck. I don't even remember. Him and I both made accounts. I guess we just sent each other shit on fucking YouTube. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what was the inciting incident of me making a YouTube channel.
Didn't you have a
But
channel
yeah,
before the QQW channel?
I don't think so. This should have been my. This is like my first channel I
Maybe
ever
that
made.
was. Well, wasn't there? Didn't you have one that was? I remember, dude. I vaguely remember this, but I feel like there was a channel where like you tried to do like news or something.
Yeah, I uploaded one video of an introductory and just never did it. And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
deleted that shit. I don't remember. I probably can. I can probably find. I don't think I have
Was
access to that account anymore. But
was
I
that the
definitely don't have that
Dragonfire
video.
account?
No, I don't think I ever had that account for YouTube.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like a meme account I made for a meme, just to spam shit on other people. But no, that was my first account. I remember, if you want to like go way back, my first introductory to YouTube was watching these fucking like RuneScape music videos and thinking this was like shit. Um, I think it was to like a fucking. I know one of them was to Dirty Little Secrets by All American Rejects.
Oh
It
my
was a
god.
RuneScape video, and fucking like 06 or 05 or some shit like that. Um, but that was like the first video that I remember coming across. But yeah, no, like I said, I don't remember the inciting incident of me making this YouTube channel. I think I
But
made it because my friend made one. And I'm
that's
like, I want one.
that sounds like a pretty common story. So, you made the channel in '06, and I found your videos in 2010. Between '06 and 2010, did you do like any video creation aside from that one news video?
I made Kingdom Hearts shipping compilations.
No
I
fucking way.
I made one, and I tried to make two, but the second one didn't want to get rendered. but I made one, and it's forever gone. I deleted that shit. It's not even privated. Forever gone. I think I uploaded that either 07 or 06.
Holy shit.
That was my first ever upload. I think I did other uploads when I was playing like MMOs with like these fucking random ass free games online with my friends, and I just record like shit.
Yeah.
With fucking Hypercam. But that's it. That's like before my my first video, my Pokemon Yellow video. That was those are just some random ass videos I made that are no longer on the internet, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I would hope they're not. So you had this period of like no videos, and then in 2010 you started making videos. What inspired you to start making them, like actually making Let's Plays at that point in time?
Yeah, I had a friend in middle school. We were, was it eighth? I think it was eighth grade. We were about, I think it was like the end of eighth grade. We were talking about like, yeah, it'd be really cool to make videos. And him and I were supposed to make videos like at the same time and incorporate each other. But he just never made videos. As far as I'm aware, he never made videos. But like I just started uploading videos, and I thought it was pretty cool.
And then that's where I come in.
Sub for sub.
So obviously I know how we met, but just for the people, I want to hear from your perspective. How did we meet?
Yeah, I got a random YouTube message from a guy named Willie123T. It essentially says, "Hey, you know, I saw your Pokemon video. It was really cool. We're both up and coming YouTubers. We should really help each other out." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And you meant sub for sub. I thought it actually helping each other out.
We did help each other out. Come on, you know.
Oh yeah, because I pushed that shit. You were like, "Let's." I was like, "Yeah, we subbed each other. I think we might have watched each other's videos." And then you introduced the collab channel, and that's how like things began.
Yeah, So basically, I think I may have talked about this on the show before. What I would do back then is, back then you could go into like the different categories of YouTube, and you could sort by like most recently uploaded. So I would go to the gaming categories, look at the most recently uploaded, and then just look for Pokemon videos that had like no views. And then I would message those people, and that was like how I got my start. That was how I met you. That was how I met Dylan. That's how I met a bunch of people in the early days when I first started, summer 2010. So basically, yeah, I found it was Pokemon Yellow, right?
It should have been. It would have been Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, because I was also doing Pokemon Yellow at that time, and I was like, this guy has no views. I have no views. We're both doing Pokemon Yellow. let's hit him up. And I think you were like, I think the second person that was actually like into it, like that actually wanted to help. The first was Dylan. Dylan, that's a whole other story. But then you were actually like, you wanted more than just sub for sub. Like you actually communicated with me.
Yeah, I thought that's what the whole plan was.
I mean, it worked out. Definitely worked out. But fucking yeah, that was it. Like, I didn't want to call it sub for sub because that was a dirty word back then, and I thought I was different from the sub for sub people because I was actually like making an effort. Like I actually watched people. I didn't watch a lot of Dylan's videos, to be honest, but I watched your videos. I watched some other people's videos, so I thought I was different from sub for sub. But at the end of the day, yeah, that was some sub for sub shit.
Yeah, that was some sub for sub shit.
So that was July of 2010. I remember it was July because that was when I started my Pokemon Yellow LP, and basically from that point on, or basically maybe not really from that point on, from like October when we had that stream where I brought you onto the Skype call with Cody and a bunch of other people, from like October 2010 to like probably around that time in 2013, there was a hot minute where you were like my main collaborator, or at least one of the main collaborators on the channel. What are some of your memories of that time period?
Let's go back. We did a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like actually crazy stuff. Fucking young and dumb and shit like that. Let's see. I remember getting into a lot of fights with everybody.
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk more about that. That's a staple.
That's a staple, Willie, right there.
10 years later,
see.
nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Let's see. Along his videos. Let's see if I can remember any of the collabs. I honestly I don't. I know they're like, yeah, we're recording. I was like, oh hell yeah, we just chill. Remember all the people we met, which was like people that I had fun talking to, kind of. Some of these people I didn't kind of forget about all the time. But no, I mean, it was like it was like young, dumb, crazy shit. But you know what? At the end of the day, it like besides the young, dumb, crazy shit, like the most part, like it was pretty fun and pretty enjoyable, and some of the stuff I do not regret.
Some of it.
Some of it.
Dude, I'm gonna say straight up, I'm just gonna ask a super egotistical question to try to come up with a good story to talk about. What is your favorite Willie memory, specifically a memory with me in it?
All right. Fuck. Let's see. Willie. I mean, my favorite memory is when you almost got scammed by your own account.
Wow.
That is my, without a doubt, favorite memory. It would have been top 10 moments of all time had you actually gotten scammed. That is probably one of my favorite moments. I feel like that was really good. Just all the fucking Pokemon battles we did. That was a lot of fun. Like,
yeah.
Sitting all day battling each other in Pokemon, that was so much fun. Like we would always hype when Pokemon Online was big. We did those tournaments constantly. We were like always each other's hype man.
Yeah.
Like when one of us did well, what we get knocked out, it's like, oh fuck. But like we'd always hype up the other guy. Like, oh shit, you're gonna win. Hell, I mean, when we win, that'd be like a fucking baller moment.
Yeah, straight up. So we're definitely going to talk a lot about competitive, but I want to tell my side of the story on the scam story. So our old friend Brock, a famous, infamous TF2 scammer.
I don't even remember. No, I don't even remember the name he went by to get like super infamous.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh man, that's a whole bunch of different stories. But continue.
He was always constantly cycling through Steam accounts to evade bans and whatnot, and I had a spare account that I had made for something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was just for idling or something. So
it was an idle account.
Yeah, so I gave him this account. For some reason, it didn't have me added as a friend. Like I never added my main account as a friend. So I give Brock this account. He changes everything about it. Everything on the profile, that is. And then I get this friend request from an account that looks totally, like, different. Like, I've never seen this account before. And I accept the friend request, because I would just accept any friend request back then. And I'd probably still accept it today, because it looked like a legit account. So Brock sends me a friend request for my own account that I just gave him. This, keep in mind, this wasn't like he played the long game on me. This was like the same day.
It was like the next morning.
Yeah, it was the next day. It was like, this was less than 24 hours. Okay. He sends me a friend request. And then he starts trying to get me to trade. I don't even remember what he was trying to get me to trade him. I think maybe it was probably like a Bills hat or some shit. And it was or maybe it was like a game. I had my inventory that I was trying.
I think it was the Bills. It was definitely hats.
Yeah, I think it was probably my Bills. And I don't even remember what he was trying to offer me, but it was something where like we would have to have a middleman of some sort. So I think it was like a game or something, because Steam was weird with trading games from inventory back then. So there were all these different middleman scams. TF2 scams were crazy. I'd love to have Brock on the show to do an episode about that. But basically, I was getting a little suspicious of this, so I went and I looked at the profile a little closer, and I'm sitting there and I'm still talking to this guy, but I'm a little suspicious, and I look at the profile and I realize there's one thing that Brock didn't change, and it was at the very top in the shitty little Steam browser that makes the URL super small. I zoom in, and it's the same URL that I put in for the account. He didn't change the URL of the account. So I was like, motherfucker.
All I hear is, bro. He goes, what? He goes, what are you trying to scam me? Had you actually gotten scammed? I think it's up for debate if you'd actually given it back to you or not.
Oh, it's totally up for debate. It's totally up for debate.
The fact that guy had the fucking balls to do that to you the next fucking day. He didn't fucking long con that shit. He did it next fucking day.
Yes, he did not wait at all. He like Brock had gigantic balls. That is one thing I know for certain. I think the funniest scam I ever pulled off in our group was when Jared wanted Killing Floor. Jared wanted Killing Floor, and back then Steam would give you guest passes when you would buy certain games, and Killing Floor gave you 2 guest passes when you bought it. So I had just bought Killing Floor for like it was on sale for Christmas or something. So I bought Killing Floor. I had 2 guest passes. Jared said, I'm looking to buy Killing Floor, and I've got these TF2 hats that I'm selling. Does anyone want to do this exchange? And I was like, oh, that's perfect, Jared. I recently just got 2 copies of Killing Floor. I will gladly give you one of these copies of Killing Floor for your TF2 hats. And then I send him the guest pass, which is like, you can play the game for a week, I think. So I send him the guest pass for Killing Floor. And he doesn't notice. He accepts the trade. And then immediately after, he goes to install it, and he's like, Willie! I didn't give him his hats back.
Yeah, that's, I don't think Brock would have given you your hats back either. Oh, fuck. A lot of stupid shit like that.
The TF2 era, like the late 2011, early 2012 TF2 trading, that was just so that was the birth of #finance.
Dude, Brock easily manipulated all of us to try to get in the scam.
He did. He fucking did.
The only one I'm surprised he ever got was Julio. Now, granted, he almost fucked Julio.
He almost fucked Julio just because Julio had to hold something.
Yeah, he almost like turbo fucked Julio, and holy shit. The fact. Okay, so long story short for this one. Brock gave Julio a hat he scammed to hold on to it, and who's like, Julio, hold on to this your account, private your account, do not public it, or do not unlist it or whatever, because they will find it. Keep it hidden. And Julio was okay, but Julio wanted to show it off to our friend Brent, and he unlisted his inventory to show it to Brent, and then immediately gets a fucking friend request.
Like, he just got pulled up on as soon as he went on private.
And then the guy was talking to him, and the guy essentially said, hey, that hat you have is a scammed hat. Can you give it back to me? And Julio was like, no, I bought it from somebody. And he goes, okay. And then immediately pulls out a big-ass document essentially saying, like, look, if you don't give us back the hat, here's the document saying that this account right now is a sock puppet account for Brock's account. And Julio was like, fuck, I have to give it back now. Which is like, holy shit. I don't even remember. I think that hat was worth like a couple $100 though.
Oh yeah, it was a big unusual. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I don't remember what it was either, but like,
I mean, Brock
That
pulled off some big heists.
he
Brock
did.
pulled off some crazy shit.
Dude, the fucking remember he had everybody hated him. So he was hated like by people in the trading community because he's a scammer, and then he tried to pull a redemption arc by Do you remember his attempt at a redemption arc?
Not really, no.
So he was a part of a big scamming clan. That
Wait, is that the one that Kevin tried to join?
Yes, that was the one.
Yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, he was part of a big scammer clan who was like everybody's learning how to scam and like scamming people. A part of this clan. Brock was one of the big like whistleblowers in that. On all he wanted to do was to get unbanned, and so he pulled Steam Rep in. He managed to get Steam Rep in some of these accounts and got all these accounts marked. And Brock was like, "Listen, I just want to be unmarked because like I don't scam anymore. I just want to actually trade." And Steam Rep was like, "No, get fucked."
Rest in peace, Brock.
Yeah, and Brock was pretty pissed about that. He's like, "Dude."
Back to the dark side.
Yeah, I don't know if Brock actually continues scamming after that. I'm pretty sure he's scammed, probably not like in big numbers.
Yeah.
What's funny is he's adamant to this day about like the reason he got banned wasn't even him. He scammed a fuck ton of money off of hats, but like the one thing that they're citing wasn't even him.
And he wasn't just like a scammer. He would also hack in games. Like
oh yeah, I think he had multiple backbans.
Yeah, he would hack in like Call of Duty, Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, like just any first-person shooter on Steam. He would use like wall hacks.
Brock is interesting character we brought in. I like the guy. He's a good guy. He's funny as fuck, but
yeah.
Interesting character we brought in.
we were so mean to him.
Yeah, I feel like we were mean to everybody, and I feel bad to like everyone we were mean to.
Everyone we interacted with.
Dude, anybody who wasn't part of our initial circle, like we were mean to. And that stuff, like that wasn't okay. But like it's a learning experience, and the experience is that I would, if I had the chance to do over, like I would be so much nicer.
Yeah, I would too, but that's just how the internet was back then.
Internet was back then, and not only like being young on the internet back then, you were like ego driven, like ruthless, like say whatever fucking shit you wanted without any repercussions. Nowadays, it isn't like that as much, but that's that's two edges because it's like everybody ties everything to like a single account. So if I say something, if I had a Twitter account that's like linked to my Facebook account or to my LinkedIn. Get fucked, dude. Like, I say fucking, I say one wrong thing. I say fuck you to the wrong person. Oh, shit. You found where I work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dylan was trying to pull that shit on me in 2010. You know?
I mean, to be fair, we were pretty ruthless on the kid. The kid did not deserve anything we did to him.
Did we really do anything that bad?
We did some pretty bad things to him.
I'm thinking you did some things that were pretty bad too.
Yeah, I did. I did some fucked up things to the kid. I prank called him.
Let the record show that I never once prank called him. Never once. That was shit you did.
I prank called him twice, or maybe 3 times. I think that was incredibly fucked up, and I shouldn't have done that. Prank calls are not okay unless they're actually funny. That way, and it's not like it's wasting people's time. In that case, you know what?
The way I see prank calls is it's fine to prank call like
your friends.
Yeah, either your friends or like there are certain prank calls on businesses that I think are fine. Because like, let's be real, some of these fucking businesses, you're not taking up anyone's time. Like, if you call up fucking McDonald's or some shit, like, you're not hurting anyone. But I think if you're like calling up like random dudes internet or like phone numbers that you found on the internet that like they didn't give you, like, yeah, that's probably fucked up.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. That's something that I deeply regret. I deeply regret a lot of things we did. I think almost everything we did to Dylan, and that's stuff that I am going to have to live with. That my young teenage self did, and stuff that I would love to take back, but those are experiences that I will use to inform my kids and be like, hey, don't be an asshole. Try to be a decent person. Because your father was an asshole. be better than who he was.
Dude, I'll tell him. I'll be like, this guy was ruthless. This guy, you used to be like, I used to say you were like the top troll I knew. Like, I used to say you were the most ruthless, like, shit talker I knew back in the day.
Yeah, I was. Listen, I was ruthless, but like I have this two edges. Like, I was incredibly ruthless, but on the other end, if I wanted to fuck with a friend, I could fuck with you so hard, and like you'd realize, oh shit, I'm being fucked with. That was my that stuff. I wish the fucking with friends. I wish I could channel more today, but goddamn, I'm so glad like I've calmed down and did not bleed that over into my adult life. Granted, playing League of Legends makes me want to fucking bring that shit out sometimes, but but I am very much glad that there was a moment in my life that I don't even remember what happened, that I matured crazy. I matured pretty...
You stopped talking to me.
Maybe. No, but I just mellowed out. I didn't see a reason why I needed to channel so much anger.
Even though, like, I guess you could say we were definitely more ruthless back then, I still feel like internet beef was, in a way, more innocent back then. Like, I'd love to do an episode just on old school beef and, like, the nature of it back then compared to now, because even though, like, you could, like, people, the default was just to say, like, way more fucked up shit. Now, like you said, it feels like it's way more personal. Like, there's way more on the line when you get in a beef online. Back then, it was like, who gives a fuck? Like,
100%.
You know,
I would agree with that. If we were to do some of the things, like, or say some of the things like we did back then, but now as teenagers, people would have found out who our parents were, where we went to school, like, pretty easily. It's a good and bad thing. Like, there are flip sides to it. Like, but some like if someone were to say some ruthless fucked up shit, you'd be like, dude, that's not okay. If you're a kid, fucking call up your mom. Hey, your kid's saying fucked up shit on the internet, being a general asshole. Fucking raise your kid right. Click. Done. My life would change so drastically if someone did that to me. I wish someone did that to me as a kid.
Dylan tried to do it to me.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't fucking work because I'm smart.
Didn't. but it depends on some spheres you go into. Any political sphere, either left or right, go after you in different ways. Fucking right-wing people will go after you if you hate you for fucking calling the FBI and shit. Left-wing people will go after you by going to hit your financial income.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a crazy world now.
And that's the interesting thing is, like, notice how you just went straight to politics right there. Back then, like, we didn't give a fuck about politics.
No.
We just didn't like Dylan. But now it's like every beef ultimately boils down to politics.
I would agree for the most part.
Like, how does that even happen just over the course of a decade?
You had. I mean, it's a. You don't have there. Politics wasn't nearly as divisive, or even mainstream back in pre-Trump. I would say.
Yeah.
I will 100% like you. You can. I'm not. We're trying to make this a political thing, but the rise of like Trump and politics made it a lot more hot-headed on both sides. I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I do think that even prior to Trump, it was heading in that direction. Because I remember in, like, 2013, 2014, like, I remember things were getting very heated with, like, online political stuff. Like, that was around the time I started losing friends over that stuff.
Well, during that time, it was more or less, like, it wasn't political per se. It was It was, like, the rise of SJW and anti-SJW. Yes. It was the rise of that. and that was kind of the rise of like how each side like fucked with each other. I think if I remember, God, I wasn't really a big part of this time. I think the big SJW site would be like shit Reddit says. I think that was the big SJW one.
Mm-hmm.
And they would go after like income, and then you have like 4chan who would go after like how do we fuck up this person's life.
Yeah.
So it's still technically like boiled down to the same thing in 2020, but I would say it was probably more confined.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Because if I went back in 2014 and tried to like tell my mom about like some of the things that she talks about now, like if I went back in 2014 and was like, Mom, like you gotta like understand like cultural Marxism, she'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And now in 2020 she's like, these fucking Marxists and fucking
right, because because these are buzzwords that people use. These are buzzwords that people don't even know. If you say cultural Marxist to most people, including myself, I don't really know what it means. They won't be able to define what it is. They will pick up definitions from people who spout it.
Right.
And you as a philosophy nerd, would be like, bro, like that's not even Marxism. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing that is one issue that people are bipartisan on, is just fucking up definitions. Like you've got like the people on the right throwing around cultural Marxism, people on the left saying shit like race realist to describe shit that has nothing to do with the term realism. Like, oh, like people just throw these words around, like you said, and they're buzzwords that I think came out of the microcosms of that 2013 SJW versus, poll troll, that whole conflict that was largely restrained to very small corners of the internet. It's like somehow in the 2015-2016 Trump rise, which I think was largely a rise against the SJW side of those things, it's like everything just exploded, and it exploded into real life, and then as a reflection of it exploding into real life, it just bounced back at the internet and just made the internet, in my opinion, like the beef, just so much shittier.
What it is these people got older. So the people who were browsing Tumblr, the SJWs browsing Tumblr, shit Reddit says, and then you have the makings of the alt-righters on Poll being fucking like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
As they get older, they don't have that moment of like they have a different moment of like maturing. But they take those core values still, and they bring them with them to their adult life. Now, like I had a moment where I could have gone really hyper either way, super hyper either way.
You think so?
But oh, dude, definitely. I could have gone hyper either way. And I think near the end I was leaning more SJW. Now I'm not a centrist, but like I am not like part of like any turbo like shit talking people on Twitter. I'll shit talk friends, but like I ain't on Twitter. I'll see memes of like people making fun, and I can look at all this Twitter beef from an outside perspective and then like laugh at people. But if people want to have an actual conversation, I feel like nowadays especially I can be a bit more rational and voice communication instead of text, because text brings out the worst in most people. I can have a rational conversation about most things, and we can come to mostly an agreement on most things once you like lay out the foundations for everything.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah,
I think that what's largely missing from it now, that I mean, like I said, we didn't even really talk politics all that much back in the day, but I think what's largely missing from it now, that was missing just from all internet discourse back in the day, is a certain sense of playfulness. And that's why I LARP and do irony and post irony, and that pisses off a lot of people. But for me, that's what makes it fun. And it's like, I think we're already with our discourse existing in such a state of escalation, like the default is to escalate. So I think that if I just take that, if I crank it up to 100, and then like it can only go down. So like once I reveal my actual opinion on something, it's like total de-escalation because it can only go down. So then it's like, oh, it's like for example in this chat, like not even to bring up old arguments or anything, but when we were talking about like BLM protest or whatever, like when I'm sitting there saying like all this crazy shit, and then when I'm just like, you know, they're not all bad people, I just don't like violent protest, and fucking cops are also generally pretty shitty. Not every cop's bad, but most of them are pretty shitty people defending corrupt institutions. Like that's my actual belief, and it's just like, oh well, when you're not sitting here saying the N-word every 10 seconds, it's like Willie's a pretty reasonable person, right?
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just like most people can agree on most things. It's like BLM's a great example. What BLM stands for, I'm pretty sure not 90% of the people in the world, cops don't count as people. Just kidding. I have cop family members, so they count as people. 90% of the people in the world would agree on what their movement stands for. But there's so much baggage either added on from the other side, or what the side would be, what like some of these protests, especially in June, July, did that kind of weighed down, and it comes down to a lot of different things. But like at the end of the day, like if you were to break down most of these movements, like even something like defund the police, like if you were to break it down to like what it stands for, most people would agree with it. Like, yeah, oh yeah, maybe not give police like fucking tanks and machine guns, maybe repurpose and some of the like the crazy funds that they get to actual help social work. That cops shouldn't be used for everything. Maybe cops need a bit more training. Like there's so much to do to restructure how cops are and trained in what they do. That yeah, most people would agree on that. But it's the tagline. It becomes stuff like the tagline of defund the police,
right?
And which isn't very good because it can be misconstrued as, oh, you just want to get rid of police? What? Which right-wing media very much took it as. And
but it's just like, that's why I think defund the police and Black Lives Matter are actually like totally opposite in terms of messaging, because Black Lives Matter, you hear that and it's like, yeah, who's going to disagree with that? Like that's like the least controversial tagline you could ever have. It's like,
except when you have all lives matter as a counter protest. Like no, like people will, it doesn't matter. Like if it seems like on paper Black Lives Matter, of course Black Lives Matter, because the counter argument is like, of course, well, all lives matter, so of course Black Lives Matter. But like when you like, well, no, people will say that like, well, black people just want to think like all their lives matter. They're only their lives matter. It's like, whoa, that's not what they want to say at all. They just want to say, hey, we want our lives to be part of that. All lives matter.
But when you look at something like defund the police, that is way more like that's horrible messaging. It's like,
yeah, I would say it's very bad because it's so, like I said, it's so easy to misconstrue it as we just want to get rid of the police. Now there are some cases that we do want to get rid of the police, which I don't think would be very good. Because they're thinking in a perfect world scenario where like if there's no crime, we don't need police. Right. There's always going to be crime. There's always going to be crime. You can't stop. Like I don't think there's been a civilization in the history of the world that had never had crime.
Right.
You're always going to need the police. But I'm not that politically educated to understand like what would make a good tagline. Like what would be a first rearrange the police infrastructure. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as defund the police.
Yeah, it's true, but I don't know. There's gotta be a better way to make the case without alienating so many people.
I don't know, man. I think that right-wing media is very, very good about pushing their own agenda, and their base eats that shit up so fucking quick.
Don't even just say right-wing media. It's just media. That's what the media does.
What media? I feel like left people on the left side don't eat media shit up. They eat what they want. They eat their own shit up. And there's so
that
much
is very true.
there's so much infighting that there's no overarching like left wing side. There's very few like ideas that the left wing side will agree to. When you look at the right, like it doesn't matter if you're like center right to far right, like they will agree on a lot of things. But center left, the far left will fucking hate the center left because they aren't left enough. Right. Well, the far right loves the center right because it's like, hey, we can fucking push you back over here.
I don't know. Well, it depends on your definition of center. As someone who, I don't know what you'd call me. A lot of people would probably call me far right. So as the representative of the far right here, I just want to say center right cucks like Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Ron Paul, may he burn in hell, the whole Bush family. I hope they all suck a fat one and die and get redacted in Minecraft. That's do not associate me with those people.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You like Mitch McConnell. He's fucking barricading so much shit in the fucking.
Okay, I'll say this about Mitch. Here's the thing about Mitch. There is nobody in Washington who is more skilled at wielding political power for their own gain than Mitch McConnell.
I would 100% agree with that. Fuck Mitch McConnell.
So I gotta give him props for just being a master of the game, and it's nice when he's on our side. But when he wants something to not get done, it will not get done. Like if he wants something to get done, it doesn't always get done. But damn, that man's gonna raise the money for it to get done real quick.
I mean, you got COVID response, which he's fucking barricading so fucking hard versus like pushing a fucking Supreme Court justice nominee in fucking record blazing capacity.
Exactly.
I didn't have time to bleep that shit before they fucking elected someone who's so unqualified.
Whoa, unqualified?
Unqualified.
Bruh.
Hell yeah.
Bro, what?
What is she? Okay, if what I've read is correct, I don't think she's actually tried a case in federal court. Or heard a case in federal court. I think she only has like 2 or 3 rulings in her history. Plus, you have the shady background of like the whole I think was it like church she's a part of that was literally based that the Handmaid's Tale literally based their whole thing on. Dude, that whole thing was her whole thing is a yikes from me.
Man, I don't even. I was gonna fucking talk about me. Let's talk about me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? How do we get on this topic? But I'll say this.
I don't know.
I'll say this about Barrett. I think it comes down to because with the Supreme Court, you gotta understand. There's in the world of law and justices and legal scholars, when you're talking about qualifications, I think there's 2 sets of qualifications to look at. One would be the practical, but then also on the other side there is like the academic side, and she's incredibly qualified in her academic standards and what she's contributed to like the field of legal scholarship and even legal philosophy, that maybe she may not have the the practical record, like the resume that you would submit when applying to a law firm. She may not have a record like that compared to other justices like Gorsuch or, even Kavanaugh. But I think when you look at her academic records, it's like she's clearly qualified in the world of law. Like, she's clearly very educated. She's not just like some random first year law student,
I mean, maybe, but that's a completely different topic. I can go down so many different ways.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, you technically don't even have to have a degree in law to be appointed to the Supreme Court.
Dude, you can have a literal who appointed if you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
I mean, that's fair. You know what you got to do. Listen, if conservatives know how to do anything, which is not a lot of things, or political conservatives in the political, who are like politicians who are in Congress, who hold political power. I'm not trying to alienate anybody besides those people. They don't know how to do. The only thing they know how to do is how to fucking make sure their side stays in power.
Yeah, probably. That's probably true. I don't even know if they're that good at that though.
Gerrymandering is the biggest one. If you look at some of these fucking maps, oh man, no wonder some of these people stay in power.
Yeah, that's true. But that again, that's a bipartisan thing. Like,
I mean, that's fair. I would agree. Like, the gerrymandering is bipartisan for the most part. I think it heavily benefits Republicans more than Democrats. But if we were to completely get rid of gerrymandering, pretty sure we would see a drastic switch on like how many fucking Democrats and Republicans there are. I'm pretty sure it would be more Republicans than Democrats if we get rid of gerrymandering.
yeah, I don't know the data on that, but I do know it just from one personal thing is that in Maryland, good lord, that is so gerrymandered to hell for Democrats. There's like they have literally like there's a line that just goes straight across the state. It's one district, like it just horizontally goes across the entire state, and it just has like every conservative area in
Dude, gerrymandering is so fucked. That shit is so fucked. I'm surprised that's illegal.
it. Yeah,
Anyways,
I
you're
don't know
right.
how
This
you
was
make it illegal.
this was Willy time. We got
Yeah. Let's go back to
it
talking
will
about
never
Willy.
be illegal. Yep. All right.
Oh, sorry. I think we got some delay. I'm gonna hang up real quick and reset that.
Right.
Yo. We good?
We get.
All right, sweet. We had some like crazy delay going on. So yeah, what were you saying about how it'll never be illegal?
It will never be illegal. There are too many people, too many powerful people still in power because of gerrymandering. It would take a very big, like, I guess, political revolution in the sense of a lot of fucking young people coming up and competing in these districts to actually and winning majority in these states and in the country to actually make gerrymandering illegal. But at that point, who's to say that these young people don't get corrupted by the system?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't think it will ever be illegal.
The only way it could ever be illegal would be if the Supreme Court ruled on it.
But no, it's never gonna.
Yeah,
That shit,
it'll
even
never
if
happen.
even if it was like liberal fucking majority, I don't think it will be fucking.
No, hell no.
It's not gonna be illegal. But we got to get back to the main topic.
Yeah.
Before we went on this big tangent, we were talking about the landscape of beef on the internet. in the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
2010
that's
to
right.
2013.
So I told myself that I wasn't going to bring up politics in this, but it was relevant to the nature of online beef, so I think it's acceptable. Where was I going to transition? Actually, yeah, let's talk a little bit about beef. We've talked about favorite Willy moments, but we had so much beef back in the day. What was your favorite beef?
I loved it when we punched up. Okay, that was so much fun.
Yes.
When we punched up and we were the underdogs, I fucking love it. That we talked about it recently, but the when that big Zat started shitting on us, what was his name?
It was King Carlos
King
from
Carlos.
3Ds.
King Carlos. Yes, that was a beef that ended too soon.
I agree.
Man,
that was so fun.
That was when we punched up underdogs. Hell yeah, we had literally nothing to lose. Let's fucking go hard as we could. I don't even remember how that started. I just remember him like making a video on our Zat.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, what the fuck? Because I think he cut out King Contest on why like we kicked him and because he was being an asshole. He was like, huh, I wonder why you got banned. Huh? I was like, bro, you were being a fucking asshole. That's why.
He was being a fucking asshole, and it was
great. Oh, sorry.
It was like the reason that I had issues with 3Ds was basically because of Alice, because apparently there was some beef between King Carlos and Nick Matt 07 over at 3Ds, and I think for a period of time Carlos banned Nick Matt 07 from 3Ds. Now Alice was really close with Nick Matt, and Alice was complaining about this to me, and I was like, yo, that's fucked up. So that's when I started shit talking 3Ds, and then Carlos came to our Zat to try to talk to us about it, but he was being a huge asshole because he was just so egotistical because he ran like the biggest Zat at the time, and it was like I'm pretty sure you were the one who banned him.
Probably. I was the fucking fire that lit the furnace for that beef.
Holy shit. Rex, we were literally just talking about that. That's
now
crazy.
that beef was incredibly childish because
Oh yeah.
like you incredibly childish, and it probably wasn't actual beef, and like context of nowadays it wasn't fun per se. It was just like he said she said drama,
Yeah.
and there's a good chance like we might have taken it too far. I don't remember exactly what was said because I think they banned us pretty quickly.
Yeah, I don't think we took that one too. I basically all that happened is I made a video talking shit about 3Ds. Like not it wasn't even anything crazy. I was just giving my take on the situation. I was like, "Yo, this is kind of fucked up. I don't like what King Carlos is doing." And then Carlos made his video, which to be fair, I don't think he said anything crazy in his video either. But it was just the fact that he made a video given his position, like that he was so much bigger than us. Like I did not expect him to even see my. I didn't expect to even be a blip on his radar. You know?
Wasn't his whole thing at first was just like, dude, we're bigger than you. Like, shut up. It's like sit down.
Yeah, that was everyone's thing back then. If they
Yeah, it
were
was.
bigger,
I am so glad nowadays like that kind of mentality is like shit on.
yeah, exactly.
But that was a big beef that like I remember.
Ended too soon.
Ended too soon. It ended too soon at the time, but it ended just right in like nowadays context because who the fuck did we really want like big names like fucking at the time of us being like fucking like 12 11 12
Yeah.
13 wanting these like this big pressure on us, we wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Yeah, it only lasted a couple days, so it was.
And I think it even ended that day because like we banned him, or I banned him rather. He made the video being like, "Bro, these people are crazy. Like, what are you doing?" And then we were like, we came to that chat and you're like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then instantly banned every single time.
Yeah, and then I remember that the only reason I decided to stop and call a ceasefire was because Alice told me to, and I was like, "Bitch, you're the reason we're doing this." I was like, "Bitch, what the fuck? You're the reason we're doing this. If you hadn't told me about this shit, if you hadn't been bitching, we would have never started this." So then I was like, "Hey, Carlos, I'm gonna take down the video. So are we cool?" And he was like, "Yeah, you take down your video, I'll take down mine." And that was the end of it. But it was just, I remember enjoying the hell out of that beef because we had a lot of support and like in hindsight, like obviously he had more support, but I was impressed by how much support we had.
Well, listen, people love an underdog story, and if nothing has changed in the last like 10 years of YouTube, people fucking love drama. And if you can stir up drama of somebody who's bigger than you, people will fucking eat that shit up.
Yeah, that is
That-
true.
But that's probably like the biggest one. I think that was like the only time at least I remember that I was involved in punching up so heavily.
Yeah, what other instances did we have of punching up? I mean, there was obviously the whole thing with GCPM 11, but I guess you weren't really involved.
I was not a part of that.
Yeah,
Um,
that was fun. Just fucking with him for 10 years, basically.
I was not part of that beef. I don't think there was a lot of beef that I punched up on.
Yeah, I think it was mainly just you like bullying little kids.
Dude, when you frame it like that, you're gonna make me sound like an asshole, which I was. I was definitely bullying little kids, and that was incredibly fucked up. Listen, I held a lot of power for a 13-year-old. I am so glad I was never like, I am not like, was not growing up around this age where I could be a fucking like Twitch mod, a fucking Reddit admin. I would be power fucking hungry. I would be the stereotypical fucking Twitch mod of a fucking female streamer.
Oh.
I would be the biggest simp lord, and I am so glad I grew up at a time where simp wasn't even a fucking word.
Dude, fucking. You know what? Every time I ever gave you power, you abused it.
Absolutely. You don't. I am a lot better with power now, but at the time of me being a fucking angry fucking 13, 14-year-old, I abused the shit out of power.
I remember during OSL when like you kept coming on for commentary and I kept having to drag you into the commentary thing. For a split second I was like, should I just make Josh an admin in the OSL server so he can join himself? And then I was like, nah, fuck that. Like I'm never giving him power.
I wouldn't have done anything. It was all good. It was all good fun in OSL. There was no one I really just I mellowed out, and even if I didn't mellow out, there wasn't anybody I had beef with. So it was good fun in OSL.
Yeah, it was. But I just thought back to like fucking my Zat, Pokey Trash Can, like, all the Skype groups, everything.
I wasn't even the worst one in the Skype groups. To Cody,
was worse. Brent was worse.
Brent was worse. I was really bad to Cody.
Yeah, you were. Dude, you would give him the boot. Oh shit, did my Discord crash? Bro, what is this? What is this? What the fuck happened? Did everything crash? What happened? No. Alright, what's going on? Sorry about that, everybody. We had a minor technical blip. It was like everything on my computer just crashed at once, but thankfully the recording is safe. So we're just going to continue right along talking about how Josh is a fucking abusive moderator.
I will 100% say that I was an incredibly abusive moderator. Like I said before, I am so incredibly glad that I was never given any actual power. Anything really, because I would have been terrible, without a doubt. Nowadays, I'm a lot better about it. I can have power. I've had power in jobs before, and I did not abuse that in the slightest. So I am a lot better.
Redemption.
I'm hoping there's a redemption arc for me.
Reformed.
I did. But it was a crazy time growing up in that age because parents were around. It was around that time frame where the internet was still relatively new, or at least the landscape was incredibly new.
Right.
And how do you teach kids how to behave on the internet in that time frame when you yourself don't even know what to expect from the internet?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't like. I don't like. It's so easy to why I'm saying like bad parenting, like why weren't my parents there? Why did my parents monitor shit? But like, how do you expect that stuff? Like your parents, at least then, didn't really know what to do, and so
yeah.
Nowadays though, like parents, the parents nowadays are at least kind of grew up in that area. Younger parents at least. Even older parents probably knew a bit about that era of the internet, so it's a lot easier to like kind of talk to your kid and be like, "This is the do's and don'ts of the internet." Because being anonymous on the internet was a lot easier back then than it was now.
Yeah, I do feel like anonymity is like basically gone at this point.
And now there's an argument for good or bad things too. Like, you can't just say like vile shit and be an asshole to somebody without repercussions. But on the other hand, like, do you really need everything you do tied to your personal life on the internet?
Like, shit, man. Sometimes you just want to play some video games to escape reality. But then,
or sometimes you just want to beat your meat to a fucking big booty porn star. Do we need like that shit to follow you in the real life? I don't like. There are levels that don't need to follow a man in real life. I don't need somebody calling my workplace like, "Yo, did you know this guy fucking beat his meat to fucking this fucking rando porn star in Pornhub? Like, come on. It's just like, that's personal. But on the other hand, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be able to threaten somebody's life in a video game. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's pretty fun, bro.
But there's some cases where it's really, really good. Like, there's been an uptick in people who are talking about suicide not online, like and social workers being called to their house.
Yeah, but like, dude, it's
like that's really, really good.
This goes
that's
back
incredible.
to the shit about like beef, the nature of beef, because like, yeah, it's good that like you can prevent suicide and stuff, but then it's like you could, like, back in the day, we would have never even been able to conceive of swatting back in the day.
Swatting was very big back in was not big back in the day, but it wasn't as easy to do. It was definitely done.
Right, but like you had to be like elite hacker motherfucker to like pull that shit. Now any kid with a fucking Twitch account is out here swatting people.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Swatting now it's one of those things where it's just like young people on the internet do not mix well. Not at all. Not only are we a good case of why young people on the internet don't mix well, but like nowadays, like what. It is so easy to look at young people on the internet and be like, yeah, that was me in 2010. Doing the exact... I got the hiccup, sorry. I'm doing the exact same shit I was doing 10 years later. It's crazy. Like, young people... Like, it shows that young people don't need all this power.
Yeah, that's for sure. Fucking hell. So, next thing I wanted to get into that I said we would pick back up is competitive Pokemon.
Okay. I'm a god at that as we can.
Yes. We gotta talk about how Josh is probably currently most definitively the best player in our community at this point in time. He is the 2020 OSL victor. He has proven himself in every generation. He defeated Cam, VG, me, and Okami in a row. And yeah, like basically I just gotta say this man is definitely a contender for GOAT status. But what I wanna ask is, do you think you can do it again?
But that lineup? I don't know, man. Probably. I've thought about this a lot. I could easily get a 100% win rate back in Gen 4. That shit's my shit. I will always keep a 100% win rate. Gen 4 is my shit. I am the undisputed king, and I've always had been. Just have never been able to prove myself in Gen 4. But I feel like if the brackets were switched up a bit, I'm gonna be honest. No flame to Okami, but his bracket was incredibly easy.
That he had to beat PGM. Let's remember he had to beat PGM.
He had to beat PGM, sure.
But that's it. That's literally it.
But PGM was like washed up. Like, not to display anything about how Michael played. Michael played incredible during his game.
Yeah, he did.
Easily, probably. I don't know how he was as a player, but if you were to tell him, he probably played the best he's ever played.
Yeah, I would agree. That was the best Michael played.
And PGM, honestly, like, played pretty okay. Almost like could have won it sooner. I think he lost Gen 5 due to it was a low roll.
Yes,
right?
He literally lost due to an HPI slow roll.
Yeah. Could I do it again? I feel like the match, like if I were to replay those matches, if I had the same experience as I did at the end of my match with Okami, the matches would have been probably different. Cam would have been an easy 3-0 sweep. Cam, honest to God, was one of the hardest matches of the fucking tournament because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Had I known what I was doing, it wouldn't be like that. But because I had no idea what I was doing, I could have lost at any fucking turn in that whole tournament. I didn't know shit. I didn't know what the fuck Kartana was. I barely still fucking know what the fairy fucking type does. Fairy,
You,
why the fuck is fucking fairy resist like fire resistance fairy? That doesn't make any sense.
I think Cam is the closest anyone came to beating you in Gen 4.
Yeah, and that team wasn't even good. Like the team I ended up using throughout the tournament. I am so proud of that team. I play tested hundreds of games with, and playing hundreds of games with. That team is incredibly good, and it uses what I like best about when I play Gen 4. It used a counter lead, and it used some walls to keep up momentum. But it could pop off at any moment if anyone wasn't careful. That's what I loved about Gen 4. And then I just fucking net deck teams from fucking every other team. Honest to God, I fucking went on fucking Ruins of Alpha, looked at some teams. I said this one looks cool, and used that.
Straight up, son.
And straight up, the Gen 5 team was really fucking good. I'm glad I used that team. I'm gonna be honest. The Gen 5 matches, I played out of my mind. I always played like you and Okami, fucking played. I played from behind until like I didn't.
Yeah,
Like,
that was so weird with our Gen 5. I mean, I just choked our Gen 5 set, but like
I would agree.
But like you
Because
just you definitely had a little bit of a clutch factor.
like our match with Gen 5, like I realized right away, I was like, oh shit, he has nothing to do with my my Gliscor except his Celebi. I had to kill that Celebi right away, and you sacked that shit. I was like, yes, easy match.
Yeah.
And then Okami, I led with my fucking Alakazam for God knows why, and just sacked that shit. And I had to play down my fucking Alakazam, which would have been so useful in so many different cases, but I sacked it for no fucking reason. Now, granted, I think there's a low roll or two I won that caused my Ferrothorn to live as long as it did. I don't think it died. I think it was at like 0.5% at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But going back to the original question, could I do it again? I think there is a good chance I could have done it. I can do it again. Could have done it again. I don't need as much practice. I'd probably need a bit of practice. I haven't played singles since OSL, but I can do it again.
All I know is Okami is so fucking lucky that Crystal dropped out.
Do you think Crystal could have beaten Okami?
It would have been a great match. I am sad we didn't get to see it. Hopefully we get to see it in OSL 2021, but all I know. Not only is he lucky that Crystal dropped out, he's lucky that Jared didn't do his fucking match. Cause
Jared, no flame on anybody, but goddamn, Jared could have beaten Feels Fresh.
Jared would have shit on him. Jared would have shit on Feels Fresh. That man was trash. That man got fucking like 5-5-0'd by Okami, bro. Yeah, I don't want to discredit Okami because he did what like no one could do for like 4 years straight. He beat PGM. So like,
I could have beaten PGM.
You think you would have beat PGM?
If I 3-0'd Okami, I could have beaten PGM.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Gen 5, I probably would have lost Gen 5.
Yeah.
Because the Gen 5 match I had with Okami was incredibly close.
Yeah, well.
It was like literally like low rolls and a couple misplays from Okami because he could have killed my Ferrothorn really like a couple times, but like he let me heal like he did negative damage to me and stayed in with his Jirachi.
Yeah.
I think the match it wouldn't have been a 3-0, but I could have beaten PGM.
Yeah, I could see it happening because you definitely would shit on him in Gen 4.
PGM had a 0% win rate in Gen 4.
PGM would fucking annihilate you in Gen 6. Gen 5 would have been close, but dude, I don't know. You might have lost to PGM.
I think I could have beaten PGM. My Gen 6 gotten better as time progressed. My Gen 6 was literally my worst gen. Yeah. And then I played a bit more and I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. I am surprised I had a 100% win rate in Gen 8. But I think Gen 8's a little bonkers.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm excited to win 2021.
Fucking. Is there anyone in the bracket that you wouldn't have wanted to face, or do you think, or you just have the opinion you could have beat anyone?
It depends on what time you're talking about. I am so glad my first match was against Cam. I literally could have lost to anybody else. But considering like I literally had to face like, essentially had like three incredibly hard matches in a row. Like my VG match was pretty hard, I would say. Yours and I's match was pretty hard. And then Okami's match, it was a 3-0, but it wasn't an easy 3-0.
Yeah, there was definitely a close, like, except for the Gen 4 game where you just kind of shit on him. It was a,
That Gen 4, honest to God, it's because I credited Zapdos with Stone Edge. it was like an easy 5-0 because of a crit. But Stone Edge on a champ lead isn't as common. So I don't think he would have thought I had it.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, anybody but I think I faced the right people at the right time with my experience I had.
That is very true. 'Cause like you said, you just needed someone easy in round 1 as a warm up, I think.
Yeah, and honestly, like, besides Gen 4 and 5, like, I only played 1 or 2 games of Gen 6, 7, and 8. I only played, like, literally half a game of Gen 8 before I played some game in Gen 8.
And you still beat him in Gen 8?
Yeah. Dude, I could have lost every single one of those matches against Cam.
Yeah,
he switched out of his Blastoise.
Dude, Cam choked that shit.
Biggest throw at OSL 2020.
Dude,
switched out of his Blastoise.
That was such a throw, dude. He didn't know how fucking Blastoise worked. He was like, oh, I have a shell smash up. Let me switch.
Biggest throw.
He actually could have won that Gen 8 game.
He could have. I was so shocked. I was like, damn, I don't have Sucker Punch on this set. No, man. I'm still upset I got 6-0 in Gen 6 because I didn't have Bullet Punch on my Mega Metagross. That would have been superior. If I had Bullet Punch, that was the easiest fucking, like, that would have been a match. But instead, it was a sweep.
Dude, you got... I don't know what the biggest choke in OSL 2020 was, because Rextro choked hard against Michael. Do you remember the Gen 4 game?
Oh, yes! He
literally just had to Spore. He just needed to go for Spore.
It still wasn't a guarantee he was going to win, but it was a higher chance of winning.
No, it was guaranteed. It was guaranteed because Mach Punch was a guaranteed 2-hit KO, and Sleep in Gen 4 never has turn 1 Wake Up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was a guaranteed win if he just went for Spore on the Mamoswine, but instead he was like, yeah, let me Mach Punch.
Oh.
That was a tough choke for Rexro, bro. Like, Rexro... Oh, shit. I think my shit crashed. Oh, no, we're good.
Besides, like, the round... Oh. Okay.
Nah, we good.
Besides the round 1s of OSL, I feel like most matches were pretty good. I haven't watched, like, all of them. I would say most matches were, like, really, really good. Like, good matches.
Yeah, I would agree. Because we had PGM Michael... Okami feels fresh. Did my shit crash? What the fuck? Dude, look at this Discord not responding bullshit. Do you guys see this? Okay.
You want to start recording?
Yeah, my fucking Discord keeps doing this thing where it's like Discord is not responding, but the recording's still going, so I think we're good.
Okay.
What was that? Oh yeah, there was Okami Feels Fresh, which was a wash. Which that match should have been either Okami or Crystal versus Jared, which would have been an amazing match. But some of these pussies just don't want to play. Then we had me versus Evan, which was good, and then you
Ewan versus Brad was like would have been a really good match if he was able to finish.
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, I would have shit on him in Gen 7, but like Gen 6 would have been good because he played some Gen 6. And then Gen 8 probably would have been a toss up because I fucking suck at Gen 8. But I think I would have beaten him. Yeah, I was surprised by how well Brad was playing. Sad that he had to drop out. But hey, that's what he gets for cheating against my man back in 2011.
You did never forget that man cheated against me. Never forget.
I hit him with the big DQ.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I was always looking forward to seeing matches and playing these matches. Playing Gen 4 OU was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Gen 5 is not nearly as bad as I remember it, but Gen 6 is, I don't know. Gen 6 hasn't clicked with me yet.
Gen 5 has gotten better, but it's still so boring to me.
It's very stall because a lot of the teams are just like sand. Like if you don't run sand, like what are you doing?
Yeah. Like
unless you run that counter sand, but like even then, like how do you count? You can't. It's hard.
I'm glad you can use Garchomp again. I'm glad that, like, I don't know. I'm kind of glad that like Sun's not a thing anymore.
Sun is like super like hit or miss at every generation because it's like Sun can snowball so easily, but like if they don't snowball, they just lose.
By the way, speaking of Garchomp, I want to pull up. I have the first comment, the first insight I ever saw from you on competitive Pokemon back in 2010. This was back in Gen 4. I made a video where I was talking about whether or not Garchomp should stay Uber. And
oh no.
You left a comment. This was September 19th, 2010. QQW53 commented, Garchomp is overrated.
Dude, how wrong was I in 2010? I will admit when I was wrong. Garchomp is not overrated. That Mon is literally the GOAT.
Yeah, he is. He's the GOAT. He's up there. He's like up there with Tyranitar and Lando T and fucking.
Actually, like, I didn't know one man could be so wrong, and that man could be me.
Garchomp is overrated. 10 years later.
If you're willing to put in the money, I am willing to go back in time and shoot myself. Shoot my 10-year-old, like, fucking 13-year-old self.
So, one thing that I was gonna ask, I was gonna ask just everyone in general about this, but I'll get your thoughts here. I'm thinking about maybe changing the format of OSL next year. Instead of doing 16-person single elimination and just having a bunch of motherfuckers drop out, I was thinking of getting like 8 really good players who I know will do their matches and doing like an 8-person double elimination bracket.
That'd be really fun.
Because
I feel like double elimination like would completely change like matches.
Yeah.
And, like as much as I want to say like GOAT, like single elimination doesn't mean a lot in any game.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's kind of different for Pokemon because with Pokemon, like if you have multiple games, like I don't know, with Pokemon, upsets can happen because of hacks, but I feel like if you beat someone 3-0 in Pokemon, like there's a pretty good chance they're not gonna beat you, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, especially since it's multi-generational, like it's a lot easier. Like you're essentially playing like best of ones in each generation.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a lot harder to tell who's better versus like double elim.
Right. Because like if you get like double 6-0'd in 2 gens, but then you barely clutch out the other 3, it's like, are you really better?
Hey man, I got 6-0'd twice. I think that showed so much fucking mental fortitude. I think I can easily say I have the best, if not one of the best, mental and OSL 2020.
I think you do have the best because you got 6-0. You were down versus VG. You were like so close to losing the whole set against VG, and you just came back after a 6-0 and won that shit.
Dude, I am it. It's literal like I didn't think. Honestly, I didn't realize I was down. I was just like, okay, next I can beat him next. Okay, next, got it, done, easy. Not actually easy. Those matches were really good and a lot of fun and kind of close.
Yeah.
But like I said, every match, even Cam's match, was close.
Yeah. I think that makes for a good story. It's just like no one was able to just sweep the bracket.
Which is surprising. I felt like there was a really good like case where people could have swept the bracket.
I fully expected it was gonna just be like PGM and I were just gonna 3-0 everyone and just be meet in the finals. Like I thought it was gonna be me and PGM in the finals easily. And then
yeah, nobody expect. I think Michael put me on for a meme, or like Michael was just sending for me because I was talking to him, and it's like, hey, you like Fire Emblem? I like Fire Emblem. That's cool. But hell yeah, dude. Easy, excited to win 2021. Ready to get more money for you for free. Thank you for paying my bills.
Straight up. Man's
up.
Man's got $250 from me. That hurt.
Your first thought when you lost to me was like, well, I'm effectively out of $100 now.
Yeah, I was literally just like, damn, I'm gonna have to pay this man. You're gonna give this man my money. That match was literally a $100 money match, but you had no money on the line. Holy shit.
Thanks for paying my bills.
OSL had a ton of good moments. I'm actually super hyped for OSL 2021.
No, it was a lot of fun. Definitely like decrease. I think the double elim would be good. Just get people who are actually good.
Yeah.
Definitely get people. Try to get PGM again. Okami, myself.
Yeah,
you.
I was thinking.
Honestly, if VG was on the other side of the bracket, I think you could have gotten semifinals.
Oh, VG would have tore up the other side of the bracket if he played pretty much anyone on the other side of the bracket. He could never beat PGM back in the day. PGM was his demon back in the day, but I think he might have had a shot at beating PGM this time.
Yeah. Like, our side of the bracket was just too stacked, honestly.
Yeah. But that's one of the things, like, if I just did top 8 double elimination, like, that shit, like, seeding and shit basically would not matter. Because if you had me, you, Okami, VG, PGM, Crystal, like, maybe Michael, and then someone else, I don't know who else you'd put in there, maybe Evan.
Michael would be good. Michael showed he has what it takes to be pretty good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he was great back in Gen 5, back in 2011. But
I didn't know who he was, but I just saw those games. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah, that set with PGM was so close.
That was probably one of the best sets of the OSL, I would say.
Yeah. Because you had Michael just playing the best he's ever played, but then you had PGM just clutching it. Just clutching.
Like, every single fucking game was incredibly close. Like coin flip, either or. It was some of the best Pokemon anybody could watch. And on our community, at least.
Yes, I totally agree. So I'd like to see Michael back in OSL. I don't know who'd be the 8th person. Maybe Evan. I would like to see Jared play, but I don't think he would.
Yeah, I don't think he would either. It's just you have to find somebody else who's pretty good.
The thing is, Evan had to play me. If Evan, he's another one. I think if he was on the other side of the bracket, he probably could have done some damage.
If he had somebody who like was a lower power level as his first match, he probably would have done a lot better.
Yeah, that's the thing.
His team building was very, very like Evan in the sense that was like early. It was essentially mons he liked at the time he played, but like aren't good anymore. I think he used Jolteon Gen 5.
Dude, fucking, I knew exactly what his fucking Gen 5 team was. It was literally the dual screens Espeon with fucking to bring in Mens to set up Dragon Dance. Like, that shit is 2011 as fuck.
Yeah. I think it's a travesty that we didn't see him play Gen 4.
Yeah, I know.
I think that was the biggest disappointment of the tournament.
I don't know why he didn't counterpick me to Gen 4. Why the fuck did he go Gen 6? I
don't know. I don't know. I do not know.
The Gen 5 counterpick made sense, but why Gen 6? Like, fucking idiot.
We love you, Devin, but we're heavily disappointed you didn't play Gen 4.
Like, I wasn't about to counterpick his ass to Gen 4. I wanted to win.
Yeah, I think Evan was another case like me, that if he just had like somebody like lower power level to play against, I feel like the tournament would have gone a lot different. But we'll never know since he didn't, because I think his match dropped out, right?
Yeah, Alex. He was supposed to play Alex. Alex, quit banging your fucking girlfriend and play your fucking set.
Listen, Alex is a Chad. He's a normie now. Let him. He graduated. He had toxic friends that, like, as us in his life, that he got rid of, and that is a good thing.
Fucking Alex, man. I just don't understand these people. They agree, and then they just drop out, bro.
It's crazy because, like, $250 is a decent amount of money.
That's more than fucking Nintendo gives to their fucking people. Like, did you see that Splatoon tournament? They were giving their Splatoon first place $25. What?
Yeah.
I'm paying 10 times more than Nintendo out here. That's crazy.
I don't know. You would just need, like I said, or like you were saying, the double elims would be really good. Just gotta figure out who would go. Well, who would be like the 8th person?
Yeah, but like the great thing about the double elimination is that, like, you know, there's just more sets between these high level people, so there's never gonna be like, oh, could Josh beat PGM? You know, it's like most likely they're gonna meet in bracket if they're both really that good in double elimination. You know, even if one of them gets upset early, they'll meet in losers most likely.
Yeah.
I think
a lot of fun. Great. That was a really good memory. That was a top tier memory. OSL.
Yeah, everyone can thank me for that. Fucking amazing idea by Willie. I just want to remind everyone. I want to remind everyone in STC what it was like, how dead it was the first time Mop left. So you guys are all welcome for me stimulating the STC economy when he left the second time. It hurt my bank account, but you're all welcome. Great memories were made.
Listen, You drop so much money on Extreme. You have money to burn.
Dude, not after Extreme, baby.
Just pull out, dude.
I'm not pulling out at a loss. Dude, I'm telling you.
They're not coming back. They're not coming back. You're just gonna lose more money.
No, because ENZC is gonna cure COVID and they're gonna go to dollars and I'm making all that money back, baby.
How many stocks did you buy of Extreme again? I don't know if you want to say. I know the number, but I don't know if you wanted to say in the video.
Let me go into the finance chat. Let's see. So I have a position of 57,900 shares of Extreme.
And you bought at 0.0029 cents?
No, that's what it's at right now. I bought at a much higher price than that.
Damn.
I put $700 in. My position is currently worth $168.
Now, granted, ENZC is doing pretty well.
ENZC's going crazy.
You just gained like $200.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice, and I think they're gonna go crazier. But you know, I said the same thing about Extreme. So
you were simping hard. I almost bought into Extreme too,
dude. When they hit 2 cents, you couldn't tell me nothing. When they hit 2 cents, I was literally the Kanye song. Nah, nah, nah.
You should have sold at 2 cents. You would have like
I
Just
would have
fucking.
been bawling like a motherfucker if I sold it 2 cents. Here's the thing. Actually, I'm gonna talk about this. Everyone, if you want to hear the story of Extreme, tune into the next episode. I'm doing a finance episode with Cam. I'm gonna tell the story of Extreme and what happened to him, how they went from riches to rags.
Do you think they're gonna come back?
It depends if they get their act together, because they're in the hottest real estate market in the country, and they've already got a solid foundation. It's just a matter of like, can they capitalize off of it? And it looked like they were going to capitalize off it really hard, and then they dropped the ball. So I don't know. It's literally like taking candy from a baby, but they're just like they're just not taking the candy. But yeah, so back to competitive Pokemon. Josh thinks that Garchomp is overrated. He is the OSL champion.
Yeah. Listen, if you want to tell a growth story about how someone became good at Pokemon, just flash that comment on, and then flash congratulations to Josh for winning OSL.
Yeah. let me do that. We'll pull up Garchomp is overrated. All right, here we go. September 2010. Now let's go to, I believe it was September 2020, right? Yeah, September 20. Wait, was it to the day? Oh, it was one day off for 10 years.
Oh, shit.
The Garchomp comment was September 19th, 2010, and you won OSL on September 20th, 2020. It was literally 10 years in a day. Holy shit.
Get fucked.
That is literally the 10-year glow up. Damn. So one thing that I like to do on these interviews is I always play a game with the guests called One Gotta Go, and I provide a category and I take like 4 things in that category and I say one gotta go. But with you, it's not a sad thing like, oh, you gotta choose 4 of your favorites and one gotta go. I'm going to name 4 Pokemon in the Gen 8 OU meta that I know you don't like, and you get to choose one of them gets to go to Ubers, and it will never be back in OU again.
Okay, if you're going to pick one that I don't think you have Clefable on that list.
Clefable's on the list.
Okay, let's hear it then.
Clefable, Landorus T, Urshifu, Toxapex.
So Toxapex and hot take, Toxapex and Landorus T, not that big of a deal.
Oh shit.
Urshifu. Get fucked, Clefable. Get the fuck out of here. You're so fucking stupid. Wow, that mod is the worst. Get that shit out of here. I hate you, Clefable, so much.
It's such a good Pokemon.
It's so fucking stupid. Let me just wall you forever. And by the way, you can't poison me. By the way, I don't take damage for entry hazard. And by the way, you just lost because fucking you're the worst shit in the world. Get the fuck out of here. I hate you.
Shit.
I hate you. I hate you.
Well, that was a pretty easy choice.
Yeah, I mean, if you had Clefable on it, there was no way I wasn't taking them on. If you ever use Clefable, actual scum.
Bro, come on.
No,
you know who the actual
every
scum?
single generation, worst person in the world. Actual are you? I think, and your name's Willie? Like, I think you're subhuman at that point.
It's not my fault that Clefable is amazing. I didn't make the game. I didn't make the Pokemon. I just play it.
You just play it with the fucking most broken shit in the world.
Dude, I just want to remind everyone. No, this is a little known fact about Willie. Willie was on the Clefable train way before people knew Clefable was good. I was using Clefable in Gen 4 OU when it was the current gen. Clefable was UU at best. I think it may have even been... No, I think it was UU. It was like mid-UU back then. And now it's a staple of the Gen 4 meta. Who was the big brain guy who actually understood that Clefable was good? Me. I'm a true fan of Clefable, and it just took it took years for the meta to catch up. When did Clefable like start being used in actual like Smogon tournaments for Gen 4? It would had to be like 2014. It was like in the middle of Gen 6 as the current gen. But when Gen 4 was current, in my 2011 tournament, the same one where Brad cheated, I used a team that had Clefable on it, and I went all the way and won that tournament, motherfucker. So nobody tell me shit about Clefable. All right, let's just make that clear. I'm glad the Clefable's gotten even better in more recent gens, but I was on the wave. I knew the Clefable was the shit, and people be like, "Why are you bringing a UU Pokemon to these OU? Why are you bringing Clefable to like these battles where people are using Skarmory?" You know, it's like because Clefable's actually better than Blissey. Speaking of Blissey, I want to go back to my point about actual scum. The actual scum are people who use Wish Blissey because that Pokemon does not actually exist. It was distributed for a limited time in 2004 at a fucking Pokemon Center New York egg event for Fire Red and Leaf Green only. So there's probably like 5 of them left on the planet. So if you ever use Wish Chansey on Pokemon Showdown, you are a disingenuous player. And yes, that includes you, Okami. I saw you use it, Okami.
Listen, Blissey's fucking... You can deal with Blissey. Blissey ain't that big of a deal.
It's not, but it's just the fact that it does not get Wish in the actual game. People be running it as their main set.
Get fucked.
I would like to do a video talking about like the meta with you and Okami. Get like the Tehran conference of STC Pokemon battlers.
Listen, the OU meta for Diamond and Pearl for 4th gen, actually changed pretty interestingly. Yeah, I would say. It's more stall, which is fucking stupid. Like, get out of here. If you enjoy playing stall in any Pokemon game, what's it like being a little baby man? Really? What's it like? What's it like enjoying licking the cheese between people's feet? Willie.
Dude, I don't enjoy stall. I just enjoy winning.
But the fact that, like, Empoleon's, like, OU, which is crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Why is Empoleon OU? Nidoqueen, for some reason, isn't listed in OU and fucking Smogon, but it's, like, so Nido and OU is, like, crazy.
It's because when the gen is no longer the current gen, the tiers remain static, but it's so clear that, like, Clefable and Nidoqueen should be OU in Gen 4.
Oh, shit, it's not even OU right now. Clefable, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That mod is ridiculous. Get them on out of here. Get them out. Get them on out of here. Actual garbage. Subhuman. If your name is Willie. Ninjask being OU. Ninjask is fucking garbage. Why would you... Wait, Smeargle's OU? What the fuck? Actual garbage Pokemon. Didn't they fucking nerf the shit out of Baton? Why the fuck is Spore Spikes U-turn Stealth Rocks? Why the fuck is this Mon OU? Well, who does it outspeed? Literally no one.
Dude, Smeargle, isn't he like the shit in VGC?
I mean, yeah, that's because you Dark Void both Pokemon. Dark Void. Oh, what do you know? Both Pokemon are asleep. Let me switch out. Let me just Dark Void again. Fuck sleep. Actual garbage. Gen 5 is the best thing because sleep is banned. Don't at me.
Yeah, that's actually hella based. Like, sleep is banned. And you know what's crazy? Sleep is banned and Breloom is still good.
I mean, isn't it, like, mainly Technician? Yeah, Technician is so good on Breloom, though. Like,
I know.
Breloom is just, like, what Technician on a, like, what's Scissors attack? I don't...
Yeah.
Technician on a 130 attack is really, really good. Especially, like, with priority. That's one of the reasons Scissor is so fucking good consistently. It's just like you put Technician, you get a life band or choice band, like life orb or choice band, and then like you just kill everything in like one hit. It's just like, what the fuck do you even do? I don't know, man. Competitive Pokemon, easy game, easy life.
Easy game.
I am so disappointed that I never had my chance to prove to everyone how good of a singles player I was when the Gen 4 and 5 were current gen.
Well, you finally got to prove yourself after 10 years. You know, fucking. I don't want to go down too much history on this part. Maybe it would be a good separate video, but basically, you're like, in our community, I would say you're the 5th person to ever like definitively be the best. Like, I would say it was like Crystal, me, PGM, VG, and now you.
Would Okami considered be the best if he won, or is it just because he didn't beat you and VG?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess I would consider Okami the best if he won, because he would be beating you and PGM. Like, that's objectively like the best wins anyone in the tournament would have had. Like, you beating VG and me's good, but I think PGM and you over. Actually, no. I mean, the PGM win is huge, and then just winning the tournament as a whole is huge. I think if Okami had won, it would be contested who the best is between, like, you and him.
I'm just disappointed I didn't play PGM. I mean, it's awesome that Okami won, but it would just been such a good story if I won.
Right, because you would have beaten the top 3 seeds.
Motherfucker put me below Jared. Jared of all people. I fucking beat Jared back in the day.
Jared was hot. No homo.
I fucking beat Jared. Jared and I fought all the time, and I will put money on I had a positive win rate against Jared.
Maybe you did, but that's just one head-to-head. Like,
what?
Jared objectively just fucking grinded harder than you did.
I did. Well, after Garchomp got banned, after fucking me coming up with the GOAT set, that is now standard, mind you. I fucking came up with the now standard Garchomp set before it was even fucking standard. I fucking wrecked kids with that set.
Less than a year after you said Chomp was overrated.
You're not gonna let me live. Like I said, I didn't know one man could be so wrong, and that one man could have been me. Garchomp is GOAT. I came up with the GOAT set. I used it. I shit on kids left and right with that set, and then I got banned. It's just like, wow. I literally spent so much time theory crafting and playtesting this team, and for Garchomp to get banned, fuck this game.
Dude, that is the story of my fucking life. You don't understand. You know what? You're a bitch for quitting after that. You know how many of these bans I've lived through in 5 generations at this point? This is getting on my fucking... Gen 7 was the worst. I'm gonna say it. Gen 7 was the worst. Because I had this beautiful team when Sun and Moon first came out. And I had Pheromosa on it. And what does Smogon do? They banned Pheromosa, even though she got countered by every fucking mon in the meta. They were just like, oh, she's too strong. It's like, dude, she gets OHKO'd by, like, fucking, like, Tapu Fini, bro. She gets OHKO'd by everything. And you're banning her? Fuck you. It was a beautiful Mega Charizard plus Pheromosa core. It was one of my favorite teams I ever played. I got so high on the Gen 7 ladder with it in early Sun and Moon, and I'm never going to be able to let Smogon live that down. Thankfully, Pheromosa has not been banned in Gen 8 yet, so I think maybe they've realized there are other ways. But man, it's like every fucking time I theory craft some shit, they just go and ban that shit. So I sympathize with you, but you're a bitch for quitting.
Listen, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna waste my time and energy worrying about is this next one that's really good being banned is theory crafting another fucking team. Fuck that. I came up with what if Garchomp didn't get banned, would have one of the best teams. I could have easily gotten top ranked in Pokemon Online. Easily with that team.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was shitting on kids left and right. I would have been the GOAT of Gen 5, but Garchomp got banned because invasion. Get good, kid. I didn't even run Sand on my team. I ran Garchomp for 2 reasons. Because Garchomp was anti-Sand, and because it set stealth rocks and could sweep. How I said against Sand, I fucking swept so many people. Turn 1 as Garchomp. They fucking lead off because they think, oh, he's gonna lead Jirachi. I'm just gonna lead something to beat Jirachi, and then I just lead Garchomp. I'm like, what the fuck? Swords dance and then sweep. Get fucked.
Dude, that was basically me. Right around that same time, I had this team. I would lead off with Deoxys Speed, set up dual screens, and then I'd let him kill off Deoxys Speed. Maybe I'd get some rocks up if they gave me enough time, because they could run rocks. So I'd get my rocks and my dual screens up. I'd switch into Haxorus, get one Dragon Dance up. It was over. GG. It was GG. But then they banned Deoxys Speed, so I didn't have anything fast enough to get the screens up. Because if you wanted to do that now, you'd have to run like Espeon or some shit. So it was like, damn.
To be fair, the Deoxys forms did not deserve to be out of Uber.
Yeah, I agree.
And like Deoxys Speed and Defense being an OU was disgusting.
But Deoxys Speed was... I understand it because it was weak as hell, but like, dude, it was so fast you could do anything you wanted.
It was literally a glass cannon. It's just like, well, I can't taunt this thing because I don't have any prankster taunts. Oh wait, they did have prankster taunts, and that shit got banned. Thunders got banned.
That's right. That's right.
And so it's just like, well, the counter to Deoxys Speed's gone. Let's just run Deoxys Speed.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
I was actually praising Smogon because I was like, hell yeah, Smogon's learned a lot from Gen 4 and 5. They've gotten a little bit better. And then I'm like, oh wait, now Blaziken's UU in Gen 8? What?
Yeah,
no.
that's because it gets countered by everything.
Does it though?
Like, I don't know. I feel like it would not do well in this meta because it's like you got to deal with Clefable. You got to deal with fucking.
That's fair. Fuck Clefable.
You got to deal with Toxapex. You got to deal with like Urshifu, bro. Like, you know.
Kyurem. That was it. Kyurem Black being OU and Zygarde being OU. So can Zygarde can use its fucking ground move to hit fucking flying types, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. That shit's broken.
Yeah.
After watching a Blunder use it, and it's just like, I'm like, oh, he only has a ground type move. His shit's gonna get walled by a flying type, and then it hits a flying type. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was another thing. I had a great team with Zygarde. Do I have it on? No, I don't have it on this computer. It's on my Showdown, still on my other computer. I had a great Gen 7 team with Zygarde. Amazing team. Banned Zygarde in Gen 7. I was like, damn, son. Fucking smoking, man.
It's fucking smoking.
What are you gonna do?
I still say that we should be allowed one Uber a team.
No.
That would be the most interesting. Because you could say, like, oh, because that would just be, like, their big boss mon. Like, how do you prep it? Like, you can't prep against all of them. Like, sure, you'll probably have, like, with some mons will be better than others, but you can run a counter to that with another Uber. Like, I feel like that'd be too interesting not to do.
Maybe we could do a custom game like that. Yo, we still got to do our 24v24.
Oh God!
You better get putting them 24 mons into your team building.
Fucking 24 Ubers. Let's go. You know, seeing Melmetal be like OU, that probably just shits on Clefable. Maybe I can play Gen 8 now and just run Melmetal but shit on Clefable.
You gotta get your 24 mon. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to the most used Pokemon and I'm just getting the most used set for the top 24.
Yeah, that's something I do too.
That battle's gonna be straight up cancer.
It's gonna be the worst we've ever seen. It's gonna suck.
It's gonna be like an hour long.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna be hating life.
Oh no, it's gonna be great entertainment for everybody. Now, we switching over from competitive Pokemon. I basically have two topics left. I'm gonna take a turn here. Gonna I'm not sure how I can even segue this from Pokemon, so I'm just gonna go straight into it. I want to talk about your educational journey, and I promise that this is leading up to a good point.
Okay.
So, tell us about your education, because I know initially you were wanting to be an English teacher when you started college, right?
Kind of. I was just kind of vibing, wanted to be a professional gamer, so I was supposed to in college because my parents were like, "Yeah, be in college." So I was in college, and then the professional gamer didn't run out, so I was like, "Okay, fuck it. I'll just teach English." And then my first semester, when I transferred to a university, I was like, "Yeah, this isn't the worst. This is the worst." But now I'm in college for video game design.
So, here's my great point. Did you go into game design so that you could finally finish the infamous Bleeps in Space?
No, that game is staying dead because that game is staying in dead. That game deserves to stay dead and be a
No, dude, it's gonna be the best game ever.
That game deserves to be a meme.
It's like the new Polybius, except we know it's not real.
Yeah, we know it's not real. It's never going to be real.
But if it was,
If it was, I wouldn't have a career.
For those who don't know about Bleeps in Space, I recommend you go to my channel and look up Bleeps in Space. You'll find a trailer for the game from 2012. It's still in production.
It is not in production.
It's fucking our customer service rep is just he's just trying to make it a little more exciting for when it shadow drops. Basically everybody who worked on the game except Josh and I died.
Yep. Kill myself too if I was working on that game.
Dude, it was such a good game. We were gonna make the best game ever.
Nope.
Now you would be able to have an STC expansion for the game.
Yeah, well, you fucking learn game design. You make that game.
Nah, son, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm already busy with philosophy. All right, I need.
Yeah, how's that treating you?
I need the small brains to handle fucking game design, man. Fucking, I'm too busy over here in my ivory tower. All right.
Your ivory tower. Let's see. I swear to God, Willie, when you get your doctorate and you're like, "Hello, this is Dr. William," I'm going to fucking burn you in Minecraft. I swear to God, people who do that when it's not in the correct setting. If I'm answering the phone at work and they're like, "Hello, this is Dr. Blah blah blah," you lost all my respect. I don't really care. I don't care that you got a doctorate, dude. You're just like a normal person living life. I don't need to address you by doctor.
Yeah, that's like if they're just checking into like a fucking hotel or some shit. Like that's fucking like, dude, get over
That's
yourself.
cringe. You just posted cringe.
Dude, I hate people. I see this shit on Twitter with academics all the time when they're just like, "I'm professor," blah blah blah. It's like, no, nigga, your name is Bob. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is the internet. We don't give a fuck about your doctorate.
Right. If I like, if you're a teacher, like if you're like an English teacher in high school, but you have a doctor in English, okay, you want to be called doctor, whatever, that's fine. You're in the within the correct environment.
Mm-hmm.
But Willie, if you order a fucking pizza and be like, "This is for Dr. William," dude, you won't. Nothing in GTA can save you from my wrath in that game.
No, here's what I can't wait for. This is the thing I cannot wait for because I know it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a day where we're fucking like arguing or some shit, and someone's gonna say some shit like, "Okay, Mr. Foot Fetish," and then I can go, "Actually, it's Dr. Foot Fetish."
That is the only time I will allow that. I will call you Dr. Foot Fetish once you get your doctorate. All right, Dr. Foot. I will have you on my phone as Dr. Foot Fetish. But it'll be Dr. Foot Fetish. So when anyone asks who's Dr. Foot Fetish, be like, it's Degenerate Foot Fetish.
Oh my gosh. You heard it here first, folks. Dr. Foot Fetish coming soon.
If I ever need you for like a philosophy reference, your name will be William Dr. Foot Fetish, your lat slave. Hang in the credits.
Professor of philosophy at fucking STC University.
Yep.
So my final question is, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, you have had some limited exposure to STC in the past. You were on episode 4 of Nighttime Nostalgia in 2017, and now you're actually in STC. You've been here since September, so that's like 2.5 months or something. I want to know, have your thoughts on STC from when you were on the outside, now being on the inside, have they changed? Like, just what is your overall impression of the group?
Not really. Like, it was like it's a bunch of people just shitting on each other. A bunch of people who thrive on drama, constantly cannot stop fighting, who for some reason just constantly shits on Cody. Like, Cody hasn't, like, talked in so long. And it's just, whenever Cody streams, you guys clip the most embarrassing things about him.
Okay, but I'd be out here giving him some money for it, you know?
It doesn't matter. You're encouraging, like, behavior that we've been encouraging for almost 10 years now.
Oh, it's over 10 years.
Over 10 years now. So, no, it hasn't changed.
You're
I am
right.
here to make I am here to make a positive difference for everybody.
Good luck.
and just when the drama happens and I don't want to be involved, I'll just pop the popcorn and watch from the side.
But when it happens and you want to be involved, it's literally just gonna be 2010.
It's gonna be 2010. Sometimes I can feel that you like the 2010 me want to fucking go for the fucking throat, but I'm good about bringing him down, saying, no, listen, you fucking teenage little punk, you stay dead because you know why? I killed you on the inside.
Dude, I honestly, like, here's the thing, as you know from the STC timeline that I showed you during STC 101, I'm gonna pull that up for the viewers at home. Here's the STC timeline. As you can see, just from 2015, when we formally took the name STC, it has been a revolving door. This group has been a revolving door. People leaving, people getting kicked out, people getting added and then removed months later. The roster is nothing like it was when we started. Honestly, like, I think I know I say this, like, every time after, like, people leave. I think we're, like, actually now at a point where it's, like, we're not gonna lose people. Like, I think the people we have in the group now aren't going anywhere.
Okay. You want to know my prediction?
Sure.
Barring you adding anybody else, the only thing that's gonna happen is Cody's gonna snap. Cody is gonna snap and just like come on Discord and one day and then Cam's gonna say something, and Cody's just gonna scream at Cam, top of his lungs.
That has literally happened like 1,000 times already.
But no, it's gonna get worse because you know why? Because he's back with his mom now, and his mom's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he's gonna get out of it with his mom, and he's gonna be on the streets.
I don't know, man. That would be crazy.
That would be awful because you guys.
I treat him fine. I treat him.
Sure, you treat him fine, but Cam's like out here tagging Cody.
It is literally only Cam. Cam is the only one.
Cam is just shitting on Cody, and it's just like, I'm not surprised Cody hasn't talked to us. You know what? The only time Cody has talked to us when he's online, it's Cam isn't bothering him. You know that?
Yeah, that's so true. But that's just.
Well, him and I actually talked a bit.
Yeah, for like 2 sentences.
2 sentences, but you know what? That's more than he said to Cam.
That's true.
In like 6 months.
That is very true. That is very true. That is very true.
Let's just say Cam shouldn't be in a dark alley with Cody. Wu-Tang Clan isn't somebody you want to mess with in a dark alley.
Holy shit, that is a throwback.
I remember that the other day. I was like, damn, that shit was the worst thing, but I love it.
Our league team never took off.
That was a league team name? I don't even remember that.
I feel like it was. Guild? Yeah, it was the guild. That we were gonna name our. I think we were gonna name a league team the Wu-Tang Guild.
Rest in peace, League, with everybody. Rest in peace, good old times. Good old times will never come back. They're dead forever.
They're here now.
Memory, living is suffering. To lose people, people move on.
Get out of here. I don't know if I've mentioned this since the last Nighttime Nostalgia episode. Actually, no, I haven't. I am no longer a doomer. I am anti-doomer. I'm 100% optimistic.
Coomer.
Not a coomer either, son. Not a coomer anymore either. Not a doomer. Not really any sort of oomer. I'm out here living and vibing, and everybody out here with their pessimistic shit, keep that shit away from me. Good vibes only from 2021 onward. Straight up, son.
Good vibes. Good luck to that, my friend.
Yeah, you know, speaking of the bad vibes, if anyone's watched this long, I know this series has always been inconsistent since 2017, but over the summer I really was gonna make it more consistent. I had hella ideas for this show, and then the whole thing with Mop and Umbi happened. So like the last episode 30, was an exclusive episode with me and Mop. And I thought that was some of the best Nighttime Nostalgia I've ever done. In all 30 episodes, I feel like so Mop and I were just so on point that episode, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then like a week later, Mop just leaves. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then, like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing Nighttime Nostalgia after that. I was like, damn, he just totally killed my high. But now my high is back, and I'm going to be doing some great content with this show in the month of December. Obviously, as you know, I do not fuck around with this shit during the school year. But hey, for December and January, you guys are going to see some great episodes coming out. Just like this one. This was a banger. Thank you, Josh.
No problem. Anytime, my friend.
Stay tuned for the next episode, which is going to be me and Cam talking finance. We're going to teach you how to make money or lose it. I don't really know.
Mainly lose it.
Listen, guys, you just need to get it on ENZC right now. I'm sorry that you guys didn't get in a penny like I did, but
this man only put like $26 in a penny. He's probably kicking himself. He's like, damn, I should have put that $700 and then fucking whatever you ENCC or whatever.
So I actually did put. I didn't just put 20 into ENCC. I put 50 initially into ENCC when it was at a penny, and then when it was between 2 and 3 cents, I pulled out my initial investment just so I could say like no matter what happens to the stock, I didn't lose money. It just says that I only put like 23 in because that's like the equivalent of what I had after I sold off. in between 2 and 3 cents. Now that in hindsight was still a bad move because that was like half my position, but it's still like ENZC. I got ENZC and XTRM backwards. That's just ultimately what it is.
Oh man.
Well, I'm gonna talk more about it tomorrow. You guys can hear all about my penny stocks tomorrow. But
Real quick question for you: how much of the share of Xtreme do you think you own out of everybody who owns like stock in Xtreme?
So the finance chat I'm in, there was a dude in there who had 1 million shares of XTRM.
Oh, I bet he thought about jumping in some lava in Minecraft after.
Yeah, he probably did. Dude, he was fucking probably like he probably was like banging hookers when it hit 2 cents because he got in before it was a penny. He got in on the stock when it was at like 0.8 of a cent or some shit, like something crazy low, like back when they first did the reverse merger with Northstar. And then like when it hit 2 cents, I imagine he was probably like feeling like God. And then
he should have sold at 2 cents. He should have sold at 2 cents.
We all should have sold at 2 cents. We'd all be rich, but we all thought they're in the hottest real estate market in the country. They can't possibly fuck this up. It's not gonna stop at 2 cents. It's gonna go to like $1, and we're all gonna be kicking ourselves if we sell at 2 cents. That was everyone's mindset. And then it turns out that their PR people just fucking lied to us for months. So that's cool. But
isn't that illegal?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the shareholders should have a class action lawsuit. I would put my name on that shit real quick.
I'm trying to recoup $532.03.
But yeah, if I knew then what I knew, if I knew ENZC was gonna just like be an actual contender for the COVID vaccine, I would have fucking just pulled out XTRM so quick and moved everything into ENZC. But you live and learn. That's just the way it is.
You blow on your money. People blow their money on drugs and prostitutes. You blow your money on stuff that it doesn't even make you happy.
Oh, I was very happy when Xtreme hit 2 cents. I was fucking happy as fuck. And I have other investments that bring me happiness that you can hear all about in the next episode of Nighttime Nostalgia. We're going to end this episode though. Thank you again to Josh for joining me. Do you have any final words for the people?
I am not associated with any of these people. Their words are not my own. So, yeah. Their thoughts and views do not reflect my own.
Everybody out here for so many years, people would say STC's a hive mind. If I have ever done anything to prove that wrong, it is bringing you in here. Like, if this was a hive mind, we've had people call it a hive mind, a cult, a fucking everything. The people just seem to think I'm like this mastermind or something who has no room for disagreement or anything. And it's just like, dude, look at this guy I just brought in here. And yeah, maybe I only brought him in here so I could say that we won OSL, but but at least he's in here.
Listen, if I didn't win OSL, I'm only here to be like, okay, there's these groups talking shit about Pokemon. Let me just bring out Josh real quick. Y'all think STC's bad at Pokemon? Let me show you the GOAT.
Straight up STC, bro. If we had like OSL, but like crew battles, dude, STC would dominate the other factions.
Dude, I would be like, you put Cam up first to think, oh, you know what, these people aren't that good, and then you throw Rex throw in. It's like, okay, these people are okay, and then you throw you throw Willie in next and be like, okay, Willie's beating them up. We're getting beaten up. And then if they manage to get through Willie, they go to Okami. They're like, oh fuck, we're getting shit on. But if they bring out their fucking hard carry, you pull out the trump card that is me, and my shining glory just fucking makes all of them quiver in fear.
Straight up, I needed a gladiator for STC for Pokemon beef.
Y'all the fucking like fighters in the ring, but I'm the chain up giant you keep in the back to clean up everything that goes wrong.
I mean, when you look at the factions, that's just factual. Like, fucking who? So the strongest faction would be like the people that got kicked out of STC in 2016, because they would have PGM and VG, but like VG lost to you and PGM lost to Okami. So I'm just like, right. STC sweeps, bro.
STC, y'all be like, hey Josh, we got a crew battle. I'm like, okay. And then you don't, and then it's just like, I'm not there because I'm not needed. And then like next day, how did the crew battle go? Oh, we won. Oh, cool. I was asleep. But the moment you needed me the most, I vanished.
That reminds me, there's like stories from Melee of how like SoCal used to be like the strongest region, and like sometimes Mango wouldn't even show up to crew battles because like the rest of SoCal would just sweep them. But like people would, whenever like they'd be losing, they would have to like go to somewhere in the venue and actually try to find Mango to bring him in.
That would be me. You'd be like, fuck Rex.
Be like, we gotta find Josh. Where's he at? Where the fuck is Josh? Speaking of crew battles, another idea I had. I'll bounce this idea out and give an exclusive look for the viewers, and then I'll end this episode. I was thinking of doing like an inner STC crew battle, because you know I mentioned that the group basically now is just people I added and people Cam added. So I was thinking like if we had like...
That's not fair.
Because, well, no, it would be fair because it would be like me. I was thinking we'd do 3v3, so Cam's team would be him, Rexro, Okami, and then our team would be me and you, and then either Cody or Coco. So, like...
That's not fair. I beat 2 out of 3 of those people, and I'm pretty sure you and I can beat Rexro.
Yeah, but here's the thing with crew battles. So... I would probably just do it Gen 8, by the way. It would probably just be Gen 8 battles, so that might shake things up, because I kind of suck at Gen 8. But another thing with crew battles is, like, we would do it, like, double blind for, like, choosing who goes when. So, like, we wouldn't know, like, oh, they're going to send Rexro in now, so we'll send in, like, this person. It would be, like, we'd have, like, a third party or something, and we'd double blind it. So it'd be, like, we could burn you on fucking... Cam, and then Okami could battle me and fucking fuck me up, and then we'd have to put in like Cody against Rexro or some shit. Like, we could theoretically lose, you know?
Theoretically, but you know what else can theoretically happen?
We could just sweep, you know?
Let's say a fucking meteor can hit my house right now, but you know what? That's not gonna happen, and us losing isn't gonna happen.
We'd have to see if the others are even up for it, because I feel like some of them might just be like, yeah, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
It would be fun just to have something going on, because I don't want to host another tournament right now, but I do want to play some Pokemon besides the ladder.
You'd have to do like 2-man. You'd have to do 2-headed giant essentially, where it's just like what 2 people control, like playing up for one against each other on like one team. I think that's the only way to do it.
Or we could do like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if maybe it should be like you and like, yeah, maybe it should be you and like Coco versus Okami and Rexro. But then like, I don't know. How do you determine if like it's 1 win, 1 loss for a team. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't even listen to mute Coco. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. I don't know, you'd have to figure out how to make it fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless it'd be like Okami and me picking teams.
You mean like making the teams for people?
Yeah, well, no, like as in like Okami and I are team leaders, and we just have to pick the teams out of everybody. Like, oh, okay, Okami goes first. He picks you, then I pick somebody else, and Okami picks, and then I pick.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know. I was thinking it'd be me and Cam as team captains, since it's like, you know, like our people. So,
your people, but your team leader isn't even that good.
Yeah, exactly. Cam fucking is gonna be sending in Okami first round, and we're just gonna burn Coco on that round. then me and you just fuck up Cam and Rexro. I don't know, man. I just wanna play some fucking Pokemon. Or do something with it.
Same.
Maybe I'll start OSL 2021 in January. No, actually, no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Fuck that. Nobody's gonna fucking play.
OSL is a summer tradition.
No, it is now a summer tradition.
I'm just saying, if anybody is watching this and you're good at Pokemon and we know who you are, hit us up. We might let you in.
Hell yeah, we want to play against good people. Good people only. All my homies love good people.
Yeah, we don't want... Feels Fresh, do not hit me up.
Oh, that's mean. Don't be rude to the guy. He did his best.
Yeah, you know what? I can't even talk shit because Feels Fresh fucked me up in 2010. Feels Fresh fucked me up in 2010.
He did his best. He was just unlucky to go against the person he got to the finals. First round.
That is so true, dude. I mean, he wouldn't have beaten Jared, but... Dude, that is true, man. Feels bad to be Feels Fresh. And you know what? It feels bad to be Sergio, because I feel like he could have done better if he didn't play against PGM round 1.
Sergio took a game off PGM, right?
Yeah, he beat him Gen 4.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. You could have done. I mean, yeah, PGM might have 0% right on Gen 4, so.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You hate to see 0% win rates.
I think I had 0% in Gen 8.
I think so, because you lost against Evan and you lost against me.
Yeah, and I didn't play Brad in Gen 8. So yeah, I had a 0% in Gen 8.
I hate to see it.
But I had the most stellar record in Gen 7.
Yeah, your Gen 7 was pretty good. Did I get 6-0 in Gen 6 or 7 against you?
You got 6-0 in Gen 7 by...
Hey, well, fuck that, man. Store power, causes power, whatever. Fucking Clefable. Spare crit, ma'am. Spare crit. Didn't give me a crit. I just lose now. No crit.
Dude, you fucking... you fucked up by going Gren, right? You went Gren on my Z move. That's what fucked you up.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I was like, Gren's gonna pop off. Z move. Fuck. I think I predicted your turn like 1 or 2 pretty well. I think at least turn 1, and then like somewhere around the line it's just like I got fucked.
Yeah. And when I played Evan in Gen 7, he straight up got 5-0'd by Hawlucha. So I had 2 sweeps in Gen 7.
I'll never forget. I was just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna kill this Hawlucha. Didn't even know about Unburden. That should kill me. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
Mans did not know what a lucha was.
I did not. I was like, the fuck this flying fighting type. I'm gonna fucking kill it. That shit's fragile as fuck. My Greninja's gonna go Ash Greninja. I'm gonna pop the fuck off. Oh, it's dead now. It's faster. No, granted, apparently Water Shuriken was a priority move. I probably could have killed it like that.
Probably.
I didn't even know that move was priority.
Yeah, I forget that sometimes. Alright, everybody, we have hit Jeez, this is gonna be a long video because just this recording is an hour 22, and I don't know how long the recording was before I stopped the first time. So I hope you all have enjoyed this anthology. We've had some great discussion here, as always. Shout out to everybody in STC. Shout out to everybody who participated in OSL, and shout out to everybody who we bullied back in the day. It's
You know
gonna
what?
do it.
Shout out to everybody. I apologize for everybody who I bullied. I deeply regret it. I hope you forgive me.
There you go, folks. Growth. We're growing over here.
Reformed.
Reformed. YouTube, don't ban me. Twitter, don't ban me. Peace out.